What is going on, people? Jaye Black here, back with another video. Shout out to everybody that's here. I want to speak on the Avengers Endgame trailer, number 2, that I watched. And it was a very, very good trailer, man. Well put together, the music, everything. I loved everything pretty much about this trailer up until like the last couple of seconds. Now, I'm going to put the clip in the description of the actual trailer in the description. Y'all go and check out the trailer for yourself. I may even do I may do a review of the trailer. If you want to see me do a review of the trailer on my JDB TV channel, let me know in the comment section. Now, this is actually going to be the second video addressing Captain Marvel. No, I have not yet seen the movie, but I've seen the trailers. I've heard the reviews. And listen, I'm not swayed by reviews. There are movies I went to go see when people said the reviews are bad anyway. But just looking at all the hoopla surrounding Captain Marvel and how Rotten Tomatoes and the lamestream media and Marvel themselves have gone out and really tried to use their own cloud to sway people to like something they really don't like and they really don't trust. Marvel has put their credibility on the line in order to protect this Captain Marvel film, which is their right. They can do whatever they want. It's their property. They put the money into it, and this is the route they're going to take. Now, some people are accusing Kevin Feige of being an SJW, being pro-feminist. He may be those things. We never know. We never probably will know. But all I know is this has been something they've probably been planning. They chose Brie Larson for a reason, even though there are people who feel like she doesn't fit the role. Now, personally, as an actress, she doesn't fit the role physically. As far as, Gal Gadot, she looks the part, and she, she's very convincing as Wonder Woman. Even with the accent, she's very convincing in her role. And the media has sort of pushed aside Wonder Woman in order to boost up Captain Marvel, because in this film, with this actress and their whole promotional team, they have pushed this narrative of feminism, of social justice. I really wish that these movies would let the film speak for themselves and leave their political beliefs out of it. But it has been merged over the past, I would say, roughly 2 years, almost 3. But I'll say over the last 2, ever since 2017, Hollywood has been really trying to push narratives of inclusion, but the inclusion only is for white women. Have y'all noticed that diversity begins and almost ends with white women? It's never really about anybody else. It's all about them getting themselves, in the door and a table, and getting a seat at the table. So when you look at this Avengers Endgame trailer, and you look how they've been able to piece all of these stories together, the fact that a lot of the Avengers pretty much are, their lives are gone, poof, and you really don't hear anything from Thanos, but you do see where the story is. You see why the people who survive are survived. Not necessarily why, but you see all the people who have survived, right? The people who are left over. And then boom, you see Captain Marvel. Now, I don't know if the last bit, I'm spoiling it. I'm spoiling it a little bit. This is a little tad spoiler. I don't know if the last bit of the Endgame trailer was in the Captain Marvel end credits. I'm not sure. Y'all can let me know. But it just seemed to me, and again, I'm getting into spoiler territory here. It seemed to me that they wanted to pit a powerful male character up against Captain Marvel, And I have heard rumblings that the Avenger cast are not that cool with Brie Larson like that. They don't really mesh with her. Not saying that they think she's a bad person or they don't like her. Just that as far as the film continuity, they don't feel like she's a part of it. Black Panther was different because Black Panther, he started off in Civil War. And, his character, along with the other seeming characters from the Black Panther film, have all seamlessly been able to be a part of the Avengers grouping. Captain Marvel sort of like proof she's in it. You know, she wasn't in any of the previous Avenger films, but they want to immediately put her in the mix. Okay, and that does cause some continuity problems, especially if her personality doesn't fit mix. Because to me, Brie Larson seems like the type of person that doesn't really get along with a lot of people. You know, you know. So I don't know if the media will think that that's been made. Again, I've heard rumblings, but be that as it may, you know, this feminist narrative that's being pushed is really, to me, it's the wrong way of going about things. It really is. Because you have to let these movies speak for themselves, or you're going to have a backlash. This is why you're seeing Rotten Tomatoes do what they do. Now, I am a film fan. I like to watch movies. You know, I grew up just being a fan of good TV shows and good movies. Hell, even good commercials. You know, I just feel like nowadays there is no discipline in the media anymore, because the media is trying to compete with what's going on online. So they're taking what's been working online with independent, news or alt media, and they're trying to apply it to what they do. So they're talking about what goes on Twitter and Facebook. They're using words like dragged, and they're using words, some of these other terms that they heard online. You know, and you see these middle-aged Caucasians on TV using words and slang that a teenager is using, or someone who is in their 20s is using. That lets you know there's no discipline in the media. There's really no, I guess since the election of Trump, you've seen how people are going crazy. You've seen the changes that have been made on YouTube. You see the changes that are being made on social media, all because of one man got elected. You see the many content creators who were here, not here, content being demonetized. A lot of those different things just because they don't fit the narrative. And now instead of them wanting to control the narrative on politics, you got the media who wants to control the narrative on movies that people pay their money to go see. It's not like you're trying to get viewers onto your channel or whatever it is in your publication or your website. You're literally trying to tell people what movies they should spend their money on, shaming people, going after people who are criticizing what Marvel is doing, and the fact that they're allowing Brie Larson to say the things she's saying. Now, I will say this though. I appreciate the fact that Marvel has been a success because, again, I grew up watching Marvel cartoons, DC cartoons, and some of the earlier Marvel films. Like, people don't know Blade was like the first, really, one of the first anyway. Because there's gonna be somebody say, "Well, this one was the first." Okay, whatever. but in the conversation, Blade got it started, and then years later, Iron Man got it started. He got it really, on its a different level, because right around that time when Iron Man first debuted as a film, because people didn't know Iron Man was not a big player in Marvel, in the whole Marvel Comics universe. They really weren't that. Iron Man wasn't a big part, but when you have a guy like Robert Downey Jr. bring that character to life, it elevates it. And it went, from there. And I think that people don't know how big of an impact of a film that first Iron Man was. It really was. It got a lot started. But that wasn't the only film. There were other films that were produced around that time too. 2008 was a new era in Hollywood where there were more emphasis on comic books becoming films, because they were running out of ideas. So, and you see what's going on with them retreading Star Wars and now retreading Star Trek. They really don't have ideas. So now that Marvel's been making money and buying up different properties, they now can promote their products at a faster and bigger rate than they were before. And you see with Captain Marvel, they're able to influence the Rotten Tomatoes of the world and some of these other sites as well. I don't know about YouTube. I've heard certain things about people making videos about it and it being pushed down the algorithm. Listen, the algorithm has been getting messed with for like the last 5 months. I've seen a drastic change in certain videos that I make due to what I feel like the algorithm or people being unsubscribed, whatever the case may be. I just feel like you have Marvel that is becoming bigger. Disney that is, I said Marvel's buying up all. Disney is the one who's actually monopolizing, not only the media, the lamestream media, but social media as well. Okay, Disney is buying up everything. So I feel like Disney wants to continue to control the narrative of their films. It ain't just about politics no more. It's about films. They want to push messages like feminism. If you look at the last scene in the trailer, you got Brie Larson staring down Thor. Spoiler alert. So it was very interesting, the route that Marvel has taken. I really don't like that they like to push genders against each other. Say whatever you want about me. In the videos that I have made over the years, I've never had to disrespect anybody. I can sit and make videos and not curse once and get my point across. Some people may think that I'm monotone. It is what it is, but it still gets people thinking, gets people talking, gets them making responses, because what I say matters. And hopefully people watch this video and share it and understand that Hollywood's pushing this agenda of, you have to accept our movies, you have to accept the messages that we're pushing. And with this video, I want people to understand you don't have to accept what Hollyweird is trying to push.